I'm an average 16-year-old in high school, and I just made over $13,000 in profit from dropshipping within 1 month. I've never seen this kind of money before, so it feels wild to even just be talking about this. And this is exactly how I did it. So I first heard about dropshipping in late summer 2022, which is when I also started this channel to document and sponsor my journey. And I know it's been a minute since I posted my last video, but it's not because I gave up. I kept on doing dropshipping, but instead of doing TikTok organic like I used to, I fell for the shiny object syndrome and switched to doing ads. And if you watched any of my previous videos, you probably know that I made 99% of money dropshipping from TikTok organic, which is when you order a product to your house and post TikToks with it without having to run any ads. So after posting about 400 to 500 TikToks across all my products, I guess you could say I got decently good at it, but apparently that wasn't enough for me. And about 2 weeks later, after seeing way too many 5-row ads TikTok ads dashboards and hearing about how passive making money from ads is for at least 20 times, I stopped doing TikTok organic and instead decided to dedicate all my time to learning ads. And boy, I was pretty damn serious about it. Over the span of the next 2.5 months, I tested so many products that even just listing the best ones would take too long. So instead I'll just say that I managed to pull off about 2K in revenue across all stores I ran, was at about a 1K loss all in all due to ad cost. What a surprise. Naturally, I was pretty disappointed since in reality didn't meet my expectations of making 10K a month while just turning campaigns out enough. So I fell into a rut and lost all motivation to work. If you're just starting out, then I have to warn you. Dropshipping is lonely, especially in the beginning when everyone around you, including your family and friends, don't understand why you're doing it and are telling you to give it up and try something more traditional, which also happened to me. On top of that, like I just said, I wasn't making any progress for the past 2.5 months, so I started to lose interest in ads and get distracted by every business model out there. I was running TikTok ads, a TikTok shop, and even doing affiliate marketing all at the same time, and obviously none of it worked. I also started going out more often and spending most of my days at the skate park or just doing anything at all but work, because it didn't excite me anymore. Now looking back at it now, I think that the main reason I went off track is that I had no guidance or long-term plans. And if I were to go back in time and change that, I think that the way I would avoid losing motivation is finding a mentor that will keep me accountable and surrounding myself with like-minded people that are on the same journey. Thankfully though, right at the time when I started deliberating quitting, just like an angel coming from the sky, a big TikTok organic dropshipper with over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube reached out to me and said that his mentor is interested in helping me out. And I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't for him, I'd probably have given up like a month later. His mentor is Michael Bernstein. He taught Mikey himself and hundreds of other successful TikTok organic dropshippers that are all printing fat stacks right now. In fact, his success rate is so high that he only accepts people in which he sees the potential to not drag the rate down. And I was obviously flattered that I not only got accepted but actually invited in by Michael himself, but at the same time I've never been in a mentorship before and I didn't want to let him down, so I wasn't sure whether I should join or not. But like I said before, I was completely lost at the time and I knew that this is probably my last chance of making it out. And I understood that if I don't do this now, I might regret it for the rest of my life. So I accepted the offer. Little did I know, I just voluntarily signed into the most stressful and intense amount of work I've ever had to do in my life. To start off, Michael asked me to send him and his partner Jacob a list of 50 to 100 dropshipping products every week, which they'll then go through and tell me which ones to test. It sounded exciting at first because picking products was always my main weakness, but it didn't feel as fun anymore when I realized that it takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to find just one product for the list, and I needed 50 to 100 of them. To make matters worse, like I said before, I was barely doing any work for the past 2.5 months, so going from that to suddenly being forced to work for 6 to 8 hours every day was rough. I didn't feel like doing it, but neither did I feel like letting Michael down and wasting this opportunity, so I filled in the product list and showed it to them on our first call. And they selected only 3 products out of about 50 I filled in, which were a sewing stapler that allows you to sew on the go, a breathing outer that helps people with anxiety to fall asleep, and a cheese roller that
First I take my mozzarella and carefully place it into the saw wheel. Now I close it and twist so it packs the sticky, icky cheese evenly. Then I add some baking paper and twist again until it disappears into the saw wheel. Now I can enjoy my tasty mozzarella sticks.
So I ordered all 3 of them and started testing them as soon as I got them. I'm not gonna lie, I've never tested multiple products at a time before, but Jacob told me that I'm just being a lazy ass and I should do it in order to see the results faster. I couldn't argue with that, so I decided to test the sewing stapler and breathing otter at first. And on top of testing 2 products at once, he also said that I should shoot and post TikToks for 2 countries for both of the products, meaning that I need to shoot every TikTok twice, edit them in different languages, and post them on 2 different phones. So weeks went by, I posted and posted and posted, and my content was actually gradually getting better since Jacob was reviewing my videos. But after putting out 2 to 3 videos a day for 2 countries, 3 social media platforms, and 2 products for over a month, I still didn't go viral even once. So I started to slowly lose the initial motivation and interest in work, which led me to falling back into the rut. On top of that, at the same time, I felt very ill and didn't work for a whole week, which made me lose all the momentum I have built up during the past month. And one thing about this program is that they didn't just guide me and tell me what to do, but also asked me to fill in everything, and I mean everything, including walking the dog, eating and stuff like that, into my Google Calendar, which they would then go through and tell me exactly when I spent my time on the wrong things. So as soon as they saw that I started to work less again, they came out with something special for me. It was a Monday, which is the day we have our weekly calls on, and I knew I screwed up, so I expected them to reasonably yell at me and give me a little pep talk on why it's important to do this work. So I joined the call and... Wait, who is this guy? That's right, it's Mikey again. The guy who connected me to Michael and gave me this opportunity.
How you doing, man?
It's like, bro.
It was at this moment that he knew. He up.
Why did you have to bring up Mikey? Imagine if you were looking up to a man for over a year and a half, following his every move, and he was even kind enough to connect you to his mentors, but the first time you got a chance to talk to him is when you're at one of your all-time lows, and your mentors are saying that you're not putting in any work, which basically means that you're just wasting the opportunity he provided you with. Well, that's exactly what happened to me. Jacob and Michael knew exactly what they were doing, and deep inside I understood that that humiliation was just what I needed to get back on the horse. But to say that I felt worse than a freaking nightmare would be an understatement. After that call, I also realized that from now on, not only just Michael and Jacob see when I'm lacking and procrastinating, but Mikey does too. And I could not let him down again. So I had to make some progress, not lose the mentorship, and promise myself to reach a 1K day no matter what. Over the span of mere weeks, my calendar went from looking like this to this to this. I didn't feel like working, but I had no choice now. I was working at home, in the car, and cutting through most of my classes in order to go to the library and work from there, as well as working on 90% of the classes that I didn't skip. And because of how many videos I was posting, I finally started to get sales and hit my first 1K day about 2 weeks later. Also, I don't know why, but Sydney Sweeney asked me out on a day and I grew to 6'5" overnight. Hold on. Oh, yeah, none of that happened. Except for maybe this part. In reality, Sydney Sweeney still didn't reply to my DMs, and although I did get some semi-viral cheese roller videos here and there, I was still far from reaching my goal. But little did I know, I would actually reach it and make way more than that in just a shy of a month with my next product. This is me. You're probably wondering why I'm so upset, but I'm actually not. In fact, these are tears of joy. I took this video the moment I realized that I'm sitting on a winning product, and I'm honestly still not sure how I sensed that, but something in my guts just told me that this is the product that will get me to a $1,000 day as soon as I got my first sale with it. Like I said before, I had to show a list of 50 to 100 products to my mentors every week so that they can choose something for me to test. And this call was no different. Just like always, I showed them the product list, and one of the products they chose was this fidget toy blaster that looks like a strap. At first, I didn't even expect them to choose it, but Jacob definitely knows how to pick products better than me, so I just shut my brain off and ordered it. I also ordered some of its other variations in order to then convert my store to a niche store if the product does well. So as soon as I received the products 1 month later, I picked up my phone and started shooting TikToks literally whilst going back from the post office in which I picked them up. Because like I said before, I had to get to a 1K day as soon as possible to not get kicked out of the program. But I quickly realized that it's not going to be as simple as I thought. Both my Instagram and TikTok accounts got shadow banned immediately because the product looks like a firearm. For those of you who don't know, a shadow ban is when a platform flags your account and limits the amount of views you can get, or just doesn't show the videos to anyone, which makes it impossible to go viral. However, out of the 3 platforms I posted to, there was one that didn't flag me, and that was YouTube. After posting 5 videos on all 3 of these platforms, I got under 500 views on each TikTok and Reel, while some of my shorts, which are the exact same videos, got over 10K views. So clearly it was worth focusing on shorts, and instead of battling Instagram and TikTok and trying to circumvent the algorithm, I decided to double down on YouTube and just post there, which is something I've never done before. And let's just say it paid off. At first, nothing really went viral. I was posting videos of all variations of the product I ordered and getting around 10K views consistently, which is already way better than my previous products, but still not enough to get me any sales. I knew that this was a winning product because my mentors told me that some of their students were hitting consistent 1K days with it right now, but I just couldn't figure out how to make it go viral. So the next day, I woke up earlier than usual and started to brainstorm viral video ideas. And that's when I realized that there used to be a TikTok account called The Drencher that was selling these water guns that looked like Glocks and was popping off back in spring 2023. And since the products are so similar, I decided to take inspiration from his older, already proven to work viral videos, which will pretty much guarantee that my videos will go viral too. On top of that, none of my competitors figured this out yet, so if I copied his videos, everyone would think that I was the one who came up with them, which would ensure that they'll go viral and help me establish an original brand. I actually ran this product myself back in summer 2023, so I was already pretty familiar with this video format, which is basically starting to answer a controversial question like, can you put boiling water in it? But instead of replying, he would then say,
we've created the world's first water gun with a switch.
And start telling the viewers about the product instead of answering the question, which annoyed the crap out of everyone and made them comment about it, which boosted the video's engagement and made them go viral. But I had to be completely sure that my videos started to get views because the clock was ticking and I still haven't hit a 1K day. So instead of just replicating his videos with my product, I decided to go one step further and make his already good videos even better. And that's when I had the epiphany. Last summer, I used to run this product called the Cup, which is basically a portable and discreet Yodeland device that is disguised as a coffee cup. And the way I made it go viral is by taking it to places where it's not supposed to be, like a supermarket, my school, and even an Apple store, which raised a lot of questions from the viewers and once again boosted the engagement. And it finally hit me. What if I combine the perfect trait of not having any social anxiety, which I've built up while running the Cup and some of my other products, with the proven viral video format of the Drencher? It sounded like a perfect plan, so the next day I woke up bright and early, took this toy to classes, and took it out during a lesson for my next video. Thankfully, I didn't get caught, so I thought that I was in the clear and I can finally relax. All I needed was to get some extra clips of the product after school. Now, like I said before, I got through most of my classes in favor of work, and that day was no exception. I decided to not waste any time and just leave right after that math lesson and get some clips of the product in a parking lot next to my school. So I hopped the fence and went to the spot, which just like I expected, there was no one there. So I didn't have to worry about anyone calling the police on me and just got to shooting right away. There was only one thing that I didn't take into account. See these buildings? There's also more of them to the left. I don't know why, but I was 100% sure that no one would be able to distinguish the product from up there. And I was wrong. After shooting for just under 10 minutes and already planning on leaving, I saw a cop car coming my way. I instinctively hid the product behind my waist and desperately wished for that police car to turn away from me. And I'm not exaggerating it when I say that it looked like a literal movie set. The dark, rainy weather, an empty parking lot, a cop car coming from a foggy road, and an unhealthy amount of adrenaline being released into my bloodstream all made it feel surreal. Unfortunately, I didn't capture any of it on camera because I was pretty busy shitting my pants at the moment, since I knew that in 5 minutes from now, I'm most likely going to be sitting in the back of a police car trying to figure out how I'm going to explain all of this to my parents, which still didn't know anything about me taking this product to school. You see, I wasn't just holding something looking like a
blaster
out in public while terrorism is at its all-time high, but I was also supposed to be at school at that moment, so if they caught me, they would definitely notify my school, which might get me expelled. So was the police car coming for me? I'll give you 3 seconds to choose your answer. The correct answer is yes, it was. After standing there desperately waiting for the car to turn away from me for what felt like an hour, they drove up to me and stopped with the side of their car facing me. I was trying to act cool and seem like I was just hanging around there, but my heart rate was actually so high that I could probably outrun Usain Bolt at that moment. A policeman and his partner got out of the car, and before their feet even hit the ground, they shouted,
"Take out everything you got."
I wasn't trying to get sniped, so I complied and took the blaster from behind my waist. They then came up to me and we were talking back and forth for about 5 minutes. They asked me for my ID number, and thing is, my school is actually a 2-hour drive from my home. And since they could see the address of my residence in their database, they reasonably asked me what the hell I was doing so far away from there. Now, I had no idea how I'm gonna do this, but I was about to lie to the cops to prevent them from figuring out that I'm studying at a nearby school that was actually like less than 80 yards away from us. So I came up with the story that I found this parking lot online and it just really fits my video vibes, so I deliberately came here on a bus from a different city just to shoot some TikToks. I don't even know how, but they bought into that, and after some more talking and looking through my backpack, which once again didn't raise their suspicion, they let me go with a warning. That might have been one of the most intense days of my life already, and it wasn't even 11 a.m. yet. So I decided to record some of my thoughts right after that happened. Dude, oh my God, bro. The first thing he said to me was, take out all you got. Like he was talking about the Bro, I was scared to death, to be honest. After that, I edited the TikTok and was really confident that it would do good because I doubt that anyone has ever had to go through so much shit for some clips of their dropshipping product. So I posted it and started to wait for the results to come in. Days passed, I already customized every possible version of my future Bugatti and changed my Instagram bio to entrepreneur, but the video was still at the usual 10K views. To say that I was disappointed after putting all that work into this video would be one hell of an understatement. Luckily, at least I had a call with my mentors that day that would cheer me up. And I didn't tell them what I did yet, so they were a little surprised when they found out about it.
This one, like, I would not, the red one, whatever, I would not go outside.
What?
Oh my god, he took it out in school.
Nah, but this, I just, like, flashed it. Yeah.
What are you saying?
I do not want to be responsible if you don't show up to 5 calls in a row.
But the video just didn't want to go viral, so I decided to not linger on it and move on. On that call, I also told Jacob about the shadow bans on my Instagram and TikTok accounts, and he said that I actually should battle them and make new accounts. The good thing was that I didn't have to come up with new scripts, so I just reshot the same TikToks frame by frame and posted those. I also needed to post something on YouTube though, and since I only had like 80 followers at the time, I decided to post the reshot TikToks to the same YouTube account that I posted identical videos to before. I posted every single one of them, including the new school video, which I didn't expect much from because it didn't go viral the first time. And initially, everything seemed normal. All the reposted videos got an average amount of views for the channel, so I just moved on and kept making more content. But a week after I posted the new school video, I noticed that for some reason it went from 10K to 40, and then to 50, 70, and even over 100,000 views. I was really surprised because I've never seen a video go viral a week after it's been posted, but I guess it's just how shorts work. The video kept going up and up and up, and so did my daily sales. And just around 3 days later, when the video was already at over 800k views, I hit my first $500 day, which felt insane because I was at school that day and kept getting the kachin notifications on classes. What I didn't realize though is that that was just the very beginning, because another 3 days later, after the video was already past 2 million views, I hit my first ever 1K day. This is it. I finally made it and I felt on top of the world. Right here and right at that moment, nobody even knew that some 16-year-old that lives next door just made over $1,000 in revenue in one day. And about 4 consistent 1K days later, I hit an all-time high at $3,742.79 in one single day, which brought me to over $22,000 in revenue and $13,000 in profit in just 30 days. It got to a point where I even hit a couple of 1K days before waking up. But with views come the problems. And since the video that went viral was extremely controversial, some influential people started to notice it. It got so big that a huge YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers made a full-length video talking about how I'm scamming people. I watched that video a couple of times, and I'm not trying to start any YouTube beef. I respect the guy's hustle, but it honestly doesn't make any sense to me. At first he's saying that I'm doing a bad thing because I'm taking a toy resembling a firearm to school, and young people that see it might do the same.
Also, promoting bringing a fake
Blaster
to school is freaking horrible. It's kind of weird how this guy's promoting buying this fake
Blaster
and bringing it to school. There's nothing wrong with the fake toy.
Blaster.
It seems kind of cool, but talking about bringing it to school is crazy.
But around 2 minutes later, when reviewing some of my other videos in which I never took it anywhere, he's implying that I actually should have taken it there instead of just talking about it.
That's not all that this guy did. Somebody asked him to take this fidget toy to the mall, and he made a video about this, taking it to the mall. Turns out, I watched this video, he didn't actually take it to the mall, he's a baby.
Anyway, that video didn't bother me, since any publicity is good publicity with TikTok Organic. What did bother me is that my shorts started to get flooded with comments from that guy's subscribers. The creepy part was that some of them were threatening to find my address, and a couple of people even got pretty damn close. I'm not even kidding, I kinda got scared for my life right there and started to question whether it was worth the money or not. Some of his fans were even saying that there's a subreddit full of people trying to find my address and get me locked up. Like, what? I searched for it but couldn't find it anywhere, so it seems like bullshit, but it's still pretty eerie. Another problem was that after he posted that video, which is now at over 100k views, I started to get tons of emails from people that want to cancel their orders, which I guess is related to them seeing that video in which the guy is saying that the store is a scam. That whole situation was absolutely crazy, and I honestly still can't believe that that actually happened. But I didn't have the time to think about it, so I kept posting videos and hitting high numbers. That week, I hit over $15,000 in revenue with over 60% profit margins, which brought me to over 9k in profit within 7 days. It was pretty stressful though, because I had over 400 unfulfilled orders at the time due to some supplier issues, which also made Shopify hold 20% of my revenue. But as soon as I resolved those problems and all orders got fulfilled, I finally started to really enjoy it. This kind of money felt absolutely ridiculous to me, and not just because I'm making it from thin air while sitting in my room and posting shorts without ever having to touch the products that I send out to the customers, but also because I'm just 16 years old and I still live with my parents, which means that I quite literally have no expenses and don't even know how to spend the money, aside from maybe investing in some meme coin rug pools and having Hank Schrader call Jacob a sussy baka.
Dean Norris here. Jacob Braden, you are the sassiest sussy baka I've ever met, all right? Probably just finished a work session or still working, so I hope this video will distract you from stress and fill you up with joy.
This product is still making me money to this day, and right now I have everything automated to the point where I only have to work like 2 to 3 hours a week in order to get 5K in profit out every month. But more on that in the next video. Like I always say, TikTok organic dropshipping is real, and if I could make it while going to school every weekday, living in a small country, and being underage, you definitely can too. And if you're interested in learning it, get a notepad and a pen and check out the case study about this story we shot with Michael. It's built a ton of value in there. And bye.
Also, I have to mention that Costify is the GOAT, and he's posting drop shipping insights and his journey progress on his Twitter account at Costify Inc. So follow him right now, or I'll Schrader all over you mofos.